I was a student at the University of Pennsylvania in Philadelphia. But on the weekends, I would go and play at a church up in Scranton, Pennsylvania. And while I was there, I was directing the choir, and one of my choir members there was friends with a young lady named Miss Lauryn Hill. I'd always dreamed that I would be making music for a living, but I didn't know how I was going to get there. A lot of times you need lucky breaks along the way. Even though you have a dream, even though you have talent, sometimes you need to be in the right place at the right time. My first big lucky break came with Miss Lauryn Hill. She was working on her solo debut after the success of the Fugees, and my friend invited me to go to the studio with her to meet her and hang out and just see what she was doing. So I said, yeah, definitely, I'll go. So we go to the studio, she's working on new music, and I'm just hanging out, and my friend said, Johnny, you gotta go over and play a couple songs for her, let her know how you can sing and play. And after I sang and played a couple songs, Miss Hill asked me to play on the song she was working on then. It's called Everything Is Everything. Remember that one? Well, that was me on the piano on that song, yeah. Bet you didn't know that. That was my first big break, first record I ever played on. And I thought my big break was going to be right around the corner. After that, I was going to get a record deal. I was working with producers around her and around Philadelphia and New York. My life took more detours. I graduated school and took a job as a management consultant. Yeah. A lot of spreadsheets and PowerPoint presentations. Very sexy work. But on the weekends, I would still work on music. At night, I would still work on music. I would write songs. I would go to the studio and work with different artists and producers and play gigs around New York City, much smaller places than this. Places like the living room, the cutting room, the elbow room, SOBs. I played at a place in Harlem called Jimmy's Uptown. When I was at Jimmy's Uptown, my roommate had invited his cousin to the show. His cousin's name was Kanye West. He had just moved to New York from Chicago. He introduced us, and we started working together not too long after that. Kanye was working on his demo, which eventually became The College Dropout. I was working on my demo, which eventually became Get Lifted. And he would put me on records that he was working on, like this one. When it comes to being true, at least true to me, one thing I found, oh, you never let me down. When it comes to being true, at least true to me, one thing I found, oh, you never let me down. Yeah, that was me too. How about this one? I'm calling out to all you're my ladies, and I can't let you be with no one but me, baby. That was me too. Slum Village, Kanye West, Selfish. One time we were sitting at lunch, a place called Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. Y'all know that place, Los Angeles. We were at the one on Sunset and Gower, you know that one. Very close to here. We should all meet at Roscoe's afterwards, maybe. And in walks this girl from London, England. Her name is Estelle. She'd introduced herself to me and Kanye. We're sitting there and just hanging out. And she's like, I love y'all's music. I want to work with y'all. And eventually I signed her to my production company. And we wrote this really big song together. Take me on a trip. I'd like to go someday. Take me to New York. I'd love to see LA. I really want to come kick it with you. You'll be my American boy, American. Sing la la la, la la la, la la la, la la la, la la la. I'll be your American boy, American boy. One day, Kanye was working with a young lady from New York named Alicia Keys. They were writing a song together, and he said, I got the perfect singer to come in and sing the background vocals on it. She hadn't heard of me yet. He was like, it's my artist, John Legend. She's like, all right. They brought me in, and I said, ooh, 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 ooh. Yes, that was me too. A history lesson. I finally got signed to a record deal in 2004. After about 6 years of trying, signed with Columbia Records. And most of Get Lifted was already ready. It was already written and recorded even. So it didn't take a lot of work to finish the album. But there was a notable exception that wasn't written yet. And I wrote it not too long after I got signed. Wrote it with a guy from Los Angeles. His name is will.i.am. It was supposed to be a Black Eyed Peas song, though. Believe it or not. We had written together before. We wrote songs like She Don't Have to Know on my debut album. And we'd written a song called The Boogie the Beat for the Black Eyed Peas. And he wanted me to write some more hooks for the Black Eyed Peas. So he brought me in. He started playing me records. And the way I write is, you know, I just hear the music and I start singing what comes to my mind. So for this one, I started singing this. We roll over and we roll. We no longer bring it home. I know it don't make no sense to you now, but that's how my songs start. They start out as gibberish, just nonsense. But their melodies and their rhythms and their feelings, and then I finally figure out what those feelings and melodies are leading me to, and I write the lyrics. So I wrote the chorus to that song that night, a song called Ordinary People. And I left it with will.i.am. It was supposed to be a chorus for a Black Eyed Peas song. Then I had second thoughts. I said, you know what, I think I should keep that one for myself. Aren't you glad I kept it for myself?